All right. My name's Timothy Carruthers. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I'm not sure how many days I've been sober. I think 7 months and 1 day. 7 months and 1 day sober. Today's check-in is from 12/5/23. So I put grateful recovering addict, alcohol, drugs, cocaine. What's your current stress level? 0 to 1. Today I'll probably say, I guess it's 0 to 1. You could say maybe a 2. I work both jobs today, so I'm a little tired. What's your current craving level? 0 to 1. Same. Since you are in recovery, is there anything that you view differently than people who have not been through addiction or recovery? I put small things are sometimes big, but also little things are no reason to drink or drug over. I think that's probably the same today. Also, that many of the cliche things that people say or used to say when I was growing up aren't so cliche and aren't so cheesy. Actually, once you're sober, you kind of realize that they're true. What do you wish others understood about addiction and recovery? It's hard at first, but gets easier as time goes on, and you are 100% times better person sober. Same. I was exactly the same thing. When others don't understand what helps you, just knowing how much better my life is and how much easier it is to control my emotions. Yep. It's way better to feel the feelings than to drown them out, even if they're not the best feelings sometimes. It's better to deal with them than to run away from them. What do you need to do to continue your progress that you have been avoiding? Why have you been avoiding it? Work the steps more. I've been stuck on step number 4. So I'm actually on step number 8 and 9 right now. So I've been working on those. It's probably going to take me a while to get through 8 and 9, but the way I see it is every time you mark somebody off the list for step number 9, you basically got to go back through 4 to 6, you know. We watched a movie when we were in there, and it was called Pleasures Unwoven. It's kind of like a cheesy movie, but it was actually really insightful. Put number 1, most drugs come from plants. So, you know, like marijuana. Mormon tea is an ephedrine plant, so it's your meth right there. Poppy plant, heroin, coca plant, cocaine. I put 2, I think it is. I think that his Red Forerunner was a good choice for the background of Utah and Arizona in the movie. That's funny that I wrote down. If you can convince an alcoholic that if they don't stop drinking they will die, or not having to live with bad choices, choose argument. Most people in jail are there for drug and alcohol abuse or things that they have done on drugs and alcohol. I agree with that. Every time I've ever gotten arrested, I've been under the influence. Number 5, the brain is a place. Frontal cortex is where emotions are. Midbrain does not do thinking. Instinct and compulsion. Addiction is a primal desire to feel good, because even mice can become addicted and they have no personality. Survival equals drug. Brain does not know the difference. So after you use for a long time, the video pretty much showed that since everybody has a primal survival instinct inside of them, like food, water, just, you know, not getting hurt. Your brain pretty much can't distinguish the difference between taking drugs and, you know, needing food or needing water. So when you've been doing it for a long time, you basically believe, or just in some specific part of your brain, it's telling you that in order to survive, that you actually have to do the drugs. So defect in the brain's pleasure sense is a disease, because you can't just stop. It's not something you have control over after you become addicted. So that was a cool thing to learn. You know, a lot of people think that, oh, what, you know, if you could just stop, you could just stop. That's not how it works. It's a disease. Lots of people, if they could just stop, they would stop. So 10, I put food can bring back good memories and can bring back all the senses that come with these memories. Addiction is genetics, reward, memory, stress, choice. 40 to 60% of addiction is related to genetics. So that means that between 40 and 60%, if you have a family member like your mother, grandmother, father, grandfather who was a drug addict, that you have a 40 to 60% of chance of becoming a drug addict yourself, or an alcoholic. All the work done to stay sober will be passed on to the child, as well as the addictive personality traits. That's true. It's also true that the same will that you have to stop doing drugs after you become addicted is also passed down to your children as well. So if they have that addictive personality that they inherited from you, but you also were able to stop, that they have the personality trait where they would be able to stop too as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Dopamine is what tells you what reward is better than expected. So a lot of dopamine, just what you expected, medium amount of dopamine, and less than expected, small amount of dopamine. Drugs make you think or trick you into thinking it's better. So pretty much, if you do drugs for a long time and you're expecting something to make you feel a certain way, you feel like if you're on drugs or if you do drugs that you'll get that feeling, even though that's not actually true. And if you do get that feeling, it won't last. It only lasts as long as the drugs are taking effect. So periodic table of intoxicants. Earnings, dopamine, serotonin, pleasure receptors. So yeah, pretty much that was pretty much it. I feel all right. I'm pretty tired, so I normally do this video in front of Wawa, but somebody took my spot, and then the other spot I normally park in, somebody was next to me, so I didn't want to make the video right next to somebody. Felt like that would be weird. But yeah, I started running again. Ran 3.5 miles yesterday. Probably gonna go running I guess technically tomorrow, because it's 11:58. But yep, that's all I got for today. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Sometimes the stuff will be a little bit off, you know, because I was kind of writing fast, but you know, I hope you still get something out of it. Thank you for listening. I think I just said that. Fuck it. I'm tired. I appreciate you guys. Please don't drink and drive, and don't do drugs.